too. Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Gabriele. I will guide the immersion today here. And today we are going to talk about what is to be a fan. Let me explain a little bit how TNT works. TNT is a language platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced speakers. All immersion meetings are not regular classes, so I'm not a teacher, I'm a student. And the purpose to have immersions is to have a free conversation to a specific topic. We have some questions that help us to guide the immersion. And we have some rules to follow and to make the immersion more fun and more comfortable to all the people that are here. So the rule number 1 is to be respectful. The second one is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember that we are in a safe place, so feel free to make mistakes here. And nobody here corrects you or interrupts you with a mistake that you committed. And the third one is to have fun, okay? So as we are in 8 people here, I'll create 2 more rooms to make the conversations flows better. If you receive an invite to go to another room, please accept. If you know, stay in the main room. Guys, all of you can see the questions on the chat, all right? Okay. So, just a second. I think we have two rooms, the main room and the another one. Okay. So, okay, guys, at the end of the immersion, I will bring all of you to the main room and then we discuss a little bit about the topic, okay? So have a fun conversation and see you there. So guys, I can start to introduce myself. So as you know about me, my name is Gabriele. I'm 31 years old. I was born in Pelotas, a city in the south of Rio Grande do Sul. But 2 years ago, I came to Rio, and now I'm living here. I'm a food engineer, and I work as a science entrepreneur. I have my own business. And the one thing that I'm a huge fan, it's, of course, 21 Pilots, but I have a lot of artists that I'm so fan. I have some series that I'm so fan, and I can bring more things during the conversation, okay? And I'd like to know about you, Sonia. Can you introduce yourself and share something that you are a huge fan to us, please?
Okay. Hello. You know me already. And I am Sonia. I am from Paraguay. And I am a psychologist. I'm married. I don't have kids. I have 2 pets, Polo and Flash. And I am fan. It's difficult to me choose just one artist that I have found. So I will choose Queen because I love Freddie Mercury. It's one of the best of the history of music, in my opinion. And I am fond of soccer too. I love soccer and I love Formula One. Since many years, I watch the games. When we have a World Cup, I watch all the games of the World Cup. In the Formula One, happens the same. I watch the practices, the qualifying, the races, and I like it very much.
That's so nice. I forgot to mention, but I don't know. I think it's like a fan. I'm so fan of Grêmio. Grêmio is a team, a football team from my state, and I try to see all the play. I don't know, all the soccer player and the things related to Grêmio, but sometimes I cannot see all the things because I don't have time enough to go to the stadium and do the things related to my team. But I really like it. And about you, Esdras, can you introduce yourself and see something that you are a huge fan?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Esdras. I am 42 years old. I am married, has been 14 years. I have 2 kids. I am assistant developer. I live in Sorocaba, São Paulo. And I like play video game with my kids. I like watch movies and series with my wife. Fun. I have most person that fun, but my favorite is Ayrton Senna. This is my favorite because when I was child, I wake up in the morning to watch your race. Yeah, I like Ayrton Senna.
That's so
Well,
nice.
Can I add something?
Of course.
I am absolutely fan of Ayrton Senna, and when he died, we had a crash. We had the accident. I had been the race, and here in Paraguay happened a particular situation because Ayrton Senna was from Brazil, but Paraguayan people cry when he died, and Paraguay stopped during his, I don't know how to say, velatorio in English, and Paraguay literally stopped. Everyone watched it on TV, all the ceremony when he died. And particularly, I stopped to watch Formula One for 2 or 3 years before after he died. It was very traumatic for me.
Whoa. No, oh my God. And you, how? Can you introduce yourself and share something that you are a huge fan of?
Sure. My name is Raul. I'm 28. I'm from Brasilia, but I live in São Paulo since last year. And I work with communications and marketing. And I work with that because I was a fan when I was a teenager. Being a fan gave me a career, actually. And I can tell this on the next questions while we're talking. But I'm a fan of a lot of things. Since I can remember, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of The Killers. Is my favorite band, and I'm going to their concert on December. They're playing on Primavera Sound. I saw them last year, and I saw 21 Pilots last year. They opened it for The Killers on GP Week, festival here in São Paulo. I saw 21 Pilots again on Lollapalooza this year, and now I'm seeing The Killers again on December. But I'm a fan of a lot of things. When I was a kid, I was a huge fan of High School Musical, and then I participated in many communities on Orkut, and I leading projects on the communities with other fans, and I learned a lot of things on that time because I was a fan of many artists. So I learned how to edit videos. I learned how to use Photoshop. I learned a lot of. I learned how to create strategies for social media, and now I work in social media. So uh, I work with this today because when I was 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I was a huge fan of a lot of things, and I spent a lot of time being a fan. So I'm a fan of a lot of things, and that's it.
That's so amazing. And guys, it was so amazing to hear about you, our experiences with things that you are a fan, like Sonia share a traumatic thing related to a person who she's a fan, and the same as Esdras and how what the being a fan transform or bring to him a career. I don't know about me, but I think the things that I'm a fan, or the things that I was a fan when I was teenager or a child, don't didn't bring me a career, but it brought to me a sense of the world. I don't know. I think it made my personality and brought me friends, people that have the same that have the same common things as me. And well, I think this is also important when we are a fan of something, but we will discuss during the immersion about it. And the second number 2, it's about why do people become a fan of a particular person, group, band, or entity. And in my point of view, I think we become fan of something because we see we see like a connection. We feel like a connection with the artist. Maybe through the songs, maybe through a scene in a movie, or maybe to the feelings that that an artist passed through during a series or a movie. I don't know, guys. Or like you, Sonia, and Esther said, like admiration, that when we have an admiration for other people, I think this is the reason that people become a fan of something or someone. We try to have a connection with these things. We identify this thing, you know. I don't know if my English is correct to try to explain to you, but I think it's like that. What about you, Sonia? What do you think about?
I am agree with you, especially with when you talk about admiration. For me, be a fan is relation to admire a person, an actor, an artist, and players, soccer player, or in the case of Ayrton Senna and Lewis Hamilton, that I found of him too, of the pilot. I have to admire something, his talent, his behavior, maybe sometimes the life, the history of the life to get como ele conseguiu ser tão famoso, como ele chegou onde ele está, ou ela. In my case, it works like this. or maybe sometimes it happens to me too that I listen a song and I don't know who is singing, and I look for the singer, and then I discover other songs that the same singer, and I become fan of of him or her. It happens to me a lot of time.
Interesting, Sonia, because you bring to us two different situations. When we are a fan of someone because we admire someone, or someone inspires you, I don't know, in different ways. But when about music, sometimes you just listen to music and you feel the same feelings that the person that wrote this song, and then you try to know more and more about the artists and about the songs that they wrote. I don't know. And you, how? What do you think about?
I think we become fans of something when we identify, when we relate to an artist, or a band, a movie, a series. When it connects with your taste, is with things you enjoy, with things that make sense to you, with things that you see yourselves in some way, I don't know. I think it's basically because you identify with the artist in some kind of way, with uh, the songs he's singing, his lyrics, or something like that. That's how it goes with me. I become a fan of something because I relate to that. I identify with that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think with me is the same. Like with my favorite band, I feel connected with them because through the songs, through the lyrics, but through the rhythm, and because they mixed a lot of rhythm. And for me, it's like me. I really like a lot of things in my life, so I have this. I see me through the songs, and the two guys have the same, not the same age, but in the same rate of age with me. And I don't know, maybe the personality, maybe the songs, maybe the rhythm, all the things makes me feel connected with them. And for you, Edras, what do you think about why do people become a fan of particular person or particular group, band, or entity?
I agree if he was then. I think he is when you connect and the other person, or you I can I I don't remember the word. I think they must because of certain attitudes, or that it represent, or you can like a music, songs, or the people, the history of the people. That's it. I think is a connection and the other person.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And now we are discussing about maybe artists, maybe people that are famous, maybe people related to sports, but we can think about religion. Religion is like to be a fan of an entity. And I think people are this connection is so important when we have a religion, when we believe in something related to religion, you know. And it's like a fan base, like people are together believing something and developing your faith in something. It's like that. It's the same way. So the question number 3 is, how does being a fan of something is different from simply liking or enjoy it? How? Can you answer this question for us?
I think the point is, when you are a fan of something, you dedicate more. It's the dedication, I think. When you like something, it's like, okay, I like it. I listen to this band or this artist sometimes. But when you are a fan, if they make a concert, then you go to the website like an hour before to try to get tickets. You spend money. You you dedicate more. You spend more time and money and energy with that artist, I guess. And I think that's what makes different, simply liking to being a fan. The dedication, basically.
Yeah, perfect. I don't have words to add to your speech. And you, Esdras, what do you think about?
I guess fun can be you start to like more, and you start to follow more or search more about it. All depends the person, how sad you can start spend money, you can spend time, you spend time. That's it. I think.
What about you, Sonia? What do you think?
I agree with Esdras too. If you are fun, you follow your artist or your sportist, your band. I don't know. In my case, I will put an example. I am absolutely fan of Luis Miguel. Maybe you don't know him because he's a Spanish singer, a Mexican singer, really. And I am fan of him since I was 12. Now I am 53 and I am saving money to go to his concert next year in March. He come to Paraguay next year, and with my best friend who is fan like me, we have the same age, and we will saving money to buy the best ticket, the best place to watch him, to listening him, and I follow his career in all of these years. I know that a lot of things about him. I watch him in all of shows that he does in Paraguay. He did in Paraguay. Maybe I was to 7 or 8 shows, and next year I hope to go to another show, and I am absolutely fun, and I have another singers which happened the same to me, and another bands too. But maybe Luis Miguel is the most important because I remember when I was teenager, And when he comes to Paraguay, he sings the songs that I listened when I was teenager, and it's great. It's great to watch the different generations singing the same song. It's great. It's a great experience for me. It happens with sports or actors too. But with if you are fine, you follow the person or the team. If you simply like it, you don't look for know some things or all the shows. I don't know, it's different. It's different.
Yeah, it's like you are less engaged with the career of the artist because you just like it, but it's not so important to you to follow and to stay it's like know about what it's happened with the band of the artist, the new songs or the new movies that they are playing or something like that. You just like it, but you don't follow or don't put energy or don't put money to or don't stay engaged with the artist, you know. And you mentioned one thing, and I think about another question. I think these questions are not in this list, but I'd like to know about you. Did you continue to be a fan of things that you used to be when we were a child or a teenager? Because in my case, I have an example. When I was a teenager, I was I'm a huge fan. I was a huge fan of Linkin Park. But nowadays, it's not a type of song that I feel so connected. But sometimes I put on my playlist to remember that this time to have to remember the time that I was a teenager, you know. But not a thing that I continues to follow the artists and listen the songs all the time, you know. But it's different the case of Sonia that she shares with us. I think that a person that she's a fan, and she become a fan when she was a teenager, and nowadays she continues to be a fan of this artist. And I'd like to know about you, Esdras. You have this situation. I think you mentioned about Ayrton Senna, but if you have another one, go on.
Maybe não tão fã, como que eu posso dizer isso? Não tão fã quanto antes. But I like watch a interview. I like watch the race, and I continue, but no more. No.
And you, how?
I'm not only a fanboy, but I'm a nostalgic fanboy. So definitely, how I said before, when I was a kid, I was a fan of High School Musical, Rebelde, RBD, and I'm going to their concert too. So I still I didn't continue to engage and with the solo careers of the members of the band, but now they're together. I want to live that nostalgic with my friends, with people who were with me when I was a kid. I have a cousin who was a fan too. So I'm going to their concert in November too, because of this feeling, this nostalgic feeling. And this is something that really catches me. When I have memories that I can connect because of the artist or because of the music, it's always something that it has my heart, you know. I just I keep these artists and these bands that I liked when I was a kid here in a special place, and I consider myself still a fan, even if I don't follow that much the artist. But if they make a concert, I'll be there. That's for sure. So yes, I have many artists that I liked when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, that I still am a fan.
Yeah, it's like to maintain the good feelings that for the things that you was passionate about in the past, but not the things that move to you in nowadays. But the nostalgic, it's important to for us. And if something bring to you a nostalgic sensation, it's important to us. It's also important to, I don't know, I think it's part of life. So I remember when the Chester Bennington, he was the singer of Linkin Park, the main singer, and when he died, I was so bad. I read all the news and I'm felt so bad about it. Even and I didn't listen anymore the songs all the time, but I remember that all the songs that he wrote, I in a part of my life I felt connected with. So it was part of my life. It's like a part of me that go away. I don't know. So it's like that. So the question number 4, guys, I think we already discussed it about, because all of you mentioned it about the feelings that you and emotions that you feel when we are a fan of something. And let me see. You can move. I think we can move on to the question number. Let me see. Number 9. Do you believe that being a fan of something influences a person's identity? Explain your point of view. Sonia, you can start.
I don't know. It's a difficult question for me. I don't know. I don't understand very much the point. If being fine depends of my personality, or if I being a fan change my personality or my identity. I don't know.
Maybe both, because if you are obsessed with something, it could change your personality. But when I wrote this question, it's like to be a fan of something made your personality, maybe your identity. It's a part of your identity or not. It's like that.
In my case, it's part of my identity because I listen to music. I look for the information about my art, my favorite singers or band, but I never, for example, I use dresses like the artists. I remember when I was teenager, Madonna starts to be famous, and I see a lot of classmates of my classmates use the dresses and the hair like Madonna. I never did it. I never did it, but this being fan or of something or someone have to it's directly related of your personality. Maybe sometimes you feel identified with the singer or the artist or the kind of songs I like. I am very eclectic. I like love songs. I like, for example, Air's Fly. I don't know if you know. I be part of a generation that have a lot of great artists: Michael Jackson, Queen, Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, very big artists. Until now, the people remember it, or they still make concerts. And yes, I have an influence, but I am not fanatic. I think it's different, the word fan from fanatic person. A fanatic person is different. Fanatic person don't think, doesn't matter anything. They follow the artists everywhere. I am not fanatic. I am fan. I am I admire the artists, or the pilot, or the player soccer, but I'm not fanatic. I don't know if I answered the question.
No, you answered perfect. And you, Esdras?
I think it depends the person. Hi, Sonia said. Depends is the person is fan or fanatic. I see today. I see most people try imitate some people, and como posso dizer? Ai, caramba. In our time, when Sonia said, we have must good things, and today the music of teenager is duvidosa, and I see must teenager, must child try imitate your fan, and with a consequência, como que eu posso falar sem ser agressivo?
There's people who make plastic surgery to look like an artist, for example.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, but it happens.
I don't know in Paraguay, but in Brazil, the music like a fan is more aggressive. I don't like I don't get hear the song. It's for child. I think it's more most aggressive, but when the child grow hear esse tipo de música, não sei se dá certo. That's it. Eu não quero ser muito agressivo.
I think I understand your point of
Yeah.
view. Don't worry.
Yes.
And about you, Raul, what do you think about the question number 9?
I think I think it can influence your personality because when you're a fan of an artist, when you're a fan of a singer, for example, uh, that person represents you and you can share ideas with a person, you can share ideologies with a person. So I think in a certain point it can influence your personality, mostly when you're a teenager, when you're building your personality. uh, so it depends in which point of your life you're being a fan, but I think mostly when you're a teenager, it can definitely impact the way you see the world, your thoughts, your ideas, and I think it can influence your personality.
Yeah, I think when we mentioned about that occurs in the when we are teenager, it's influenced more than when we are an adult. But I think I agree with you, but we can think about our artists that we are fans also changed during the years. And this is good because it's like to grow with your favorite artists, you know. I have an example. It's like my favorite band. If I listen the first songs that they released, they are not equal to the songs of the last album because the band changed. The person that are in the band changed, and we are also changing during the life. So it's interesting because sometimes the artists that we are so fan also changed with us, and it's if the songs or if the other things related to the persons that we are a fan change it's difficult that these things don't impact us. So I think all the things are connected, and it's like that. Hello, guys. Good to see you again. Let me see. Gabriel, how was the conversation for you?
Oh, it's a great conversation. We agree in the same points. I think Andrea invited us for your class in the end for this meeting, but
Yeah.
in the team for about this conversation so great. We're talking about for many different artists and things, and I like. Thanks.
Thank you. And I'd like to know if you can share with us a thing that you are a huge fan, an artist, a movie, or I don't know what you want.
Sorry, what is a huge fan?
A big fan.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about Dennis and Andrea, and I don't have a big fan for anything, but I like to Gilberto Gil for people if I really liked. Marília Mendonça I like too, but she dies is so bad. But I chose one. I think I chose one.
Okay, thank you. And how about you, Dennis? How was the conversation for you?
It was very good. We talk about a lot of things, and I think I don't know how to say desviar, but I think nós desviamos from the subject in a lot of moments. But it was a very good conversation.
And when was the last time you became a fan of something?
I don't know. I'm a huge fan of something, but I like. I'm very eclectic. I like a lot of types of music. I really love movies. I love to read. So I think every day I'm discovering a new thing. I always looking for new music. I'm always looking for new writers, new book writers. So I think every day.
Thank you. And how about you, Andrea? How was the conversation for you?
It was really nice to talk with Dennis and Gabriel. Dennis have a eclectic taste of music, so it's very nice to share the experience the ideas, the experience from concerts. Very nice.
And what was the last thing that you became a fan?
The last thing, I can say that was a band, the 1975, that I watched on Lollapalooza this year. I already known about this band, but when I saw the band on live, it was so amazing, so crazy, so good. The environment, how can I say, the energy from the band. So I am a fan now.
Oh, thank you. And Esdras, how was the conversation for you? It's your first time with me with me as a host. How was the conversation?
It's a good conversation. I like the topic about this immersion, and I like the conversation. I like speaking for them. It's a good conversation.
Oh, thank you. I hope you see you again in the next week. If you could stay the same
I
hour
hope
with
to.
us, it could be nice. And guys, unfortunately, I don't have the link to the survey because I don't know what happens with the platform, but I don't have the access to copy the link and put on the chat. But I hope you liked this immersion and hope you see you again in the next week. And that's it, guys. So have a rest of week. I hope you have a good weekend also, and see you next
Thank
week.
you.
Next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you
everyone.
guys.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.